Hey everybody, I just wanted to show you a video making a card with the new Stamparatus tool. And so I've got my lovely daughter here videoing me, and so she's going to get behind my shoulder and show me creating this card. So just watch along. The Stamparatus does come with two plates that you attach the stamps to, and two very strong magnets. They are, by nature, they're very brittle. It's not a defect. That's the way these strong magnets work. And mine has broken, but that gives me extra magnets, so that's a good thing. And it comes with this platform, and if you're using the clear mount stamps that are the red rubber, you would leave it like this. But if you're using photopolymer, like I will for this, you're going to want to put this little mat that comes with it up in the corner like that. And then we'll put the cardstock right up in the corner. You can move it around if you want to make it easier to stamp, but for this card it will work just fine to have it all the way up in the corner. One of the tips that I did learn with these magnets is to wrap them with some washi tape, and that will give you a little tab to be able to grab it, because they do really hold on there real well. And so I'm going to put one of my pieces down here, and that will hold my cardstock in place while I'm stamping. And these are going to be available in the next annual catalog, so if you did not pre-order it during the pre-order reservation periods, they will be available in the next annual catalog. But for those of you that did get in on the reservation period, the first batch of them will begin shipping in February, and then the next batch in March. So some of you may be having these before too long. So with these, the plates are hinged and they come straight up, and then you can turn them so that you have four surfaces to attach your stamps to, and that's what we're going to use for this particular card. So the first thing I want to do, and I am using the Cool Treat stamp set, and it's going to say "Your Sweet." Actually, it's going to say "Your Sweet, Sweet, Sweet," and I will show you how I do that. So I want to stamp, my first thing is the word "your," and I'm using Bermuda Bay. If you have ink spots, maybe you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber and you've gotten a collection of them, these work great just because it's easy to use, but the full-size stamp pads will work as well. But I am using some of the spots. We do have some spots available in the Occasions catalog right now, so if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can get some of the spots like that. So anyway, this one's one from Paper Pumpkin, so I'm just going to ink this first one up with Bermuda Bay, and I'm going to press down and just press down like so. And if it doesn't go all the way the Stamparatus works, it lines it up perfectly. I can press down again, and there it is. Perfect image every time. And that's one of the things I love about the Stamparatus. The next thing I want to do is to stamp the word "sweet." And I'm going to stamp it 3 times. And I'm going to do kind of an ombre look. So the first time I'm stamping it, I'm using powder pink. And so I'm going to stamp my word. And I'm going to kind of make sure I don't have any stray ink on here, although it lifts it up off the surface. It would be okay, and I'm just going to press it down and press down real well there. The T didn't quite get all the way, so I'm just going to press it down right there on that T till I have a good image. Now this technique that I'm about to show you is called hinge stamping, and it's the way that you can stamp an image multiple times and have them perfectly lined up. So I'm going to scoot this down 1 notch, and then I'm going to get my next color, which is Blushing Bride. And normally if I was doing totally different colors, I would clean off the stamps between times, but because these are similar and getting progressively darker, I'm just going to go ahead and stamp it without cleaning in between. So I'm going to use Blushing Bride for my next one. And if you noticed, I just moved it down. It was up at this position, and I moved it down 1. And now I'm going to come and stamp right there. And then I have my word "sweet." Then I'm going to move it down 1 more time, and I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo. This time again, I'm using a Stampin' Spot from a Paper Pumpkin kit. And I'm going to stamp it in my darkest color, which is Flirty Flamingo. And again, my T, sometimes those that are on the edge don't get quite as good an imprint, and you just have to press them down again, but because it's always going to be perfectly lined up, it's easy to do. Now I'm going to flip my plates over for my next image, and I've already placed my stamps on here, and I'm going to put an ice cream cone right here. So let me line this up. I'm going to use crumb cake for my cone. And I want to make sure I don't have that stray ink just because I don't want to mess this up. And I'm going to do my cone. And I've got my ice cream over here, and I'm actually going to use the powder pink for it. And so I'm going to ink it up. And I've got just a little bit of stray ink right there. I guess it's on the other side. And so I've already lined it up, and actually, yeah, that will work just fine. And so I now have my ice cream directly over my cone, and here is the completed card showing how you can line it up with the hinge stamping technique. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!